fighters.
Yes. Yes, we are the fighters. Mike is always lying too. Well, good morning and welcome to My Help, My Mississippi. We're so grateful and so thankful that you are with us this morning, and we are going to provide you with some information that's going to make a difference in your life for the rest of your life. You have tuned in to the number one show on the radio, and we're excited that you're here. I just want to start off like I always start off, that and letting you know that high blood pressure is not mandatory, type 2 diabetes is not mandatory, and high cholesterol is not mandatory. But action is required. But if you don't know what action to take, then you just continue to do the same thing and you continue to get the same result. So we're here this morning providing you with some helpful information right here on WMPR 90.1. Information that you can grab on the run. Information that's going to, again, enhance your life for the rest of your life. We're the number one station in the nation that's providing you with healthy, helpful information. And man, do I have some help in the house today. I got all the help in the house I need today. So I want to introduce you to Sharon Ross Scott. She owns Texas.
I love that. I receive it.
But Sharon is, she's the founder of Above All Else Wellness, Nutrition, Movement, and Mindset Coaching. Let me tell you, if you don't get that mindset, listen, you're going to stay in that same condition. So I want you to get your mind ready today as we hear some of the things that she's going to be presenting to us. So Sharon, first I'm going to let you introduce yourself, but welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you.
I'm so honored to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
You're the first great guest from Texas.
Okay. Wow, that's a true privilege and an honor to be the first great guest from Texas.
Yes, you are. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let people know who you are.
Awesome. So, hello. My name is Sharon Ross Scott. I am a certified nutrition coach, a certified personal trainer, and like Mr. Charles said, I am the founder of Above All Else Wellness. I live in Texas. I'm a mom of 2 adult kids. I have 2 granddaughters, one on the way. I'm a wife also, my husband, Chris Scott. Hey, Chris. I'm just passionate about all things health and wellness. I have been in this space for a very long time. So that's about me.
That's a lot. That's good. Your passion is what drove me to want to have you on this show. And I just want to know, where does that come from?
Wow. That comes from a lot of different areas. I have family members in my family who have dealt with chronic diseases like diabetes. I have an aunt that's dealt with lupus for over 30 years. And just seeing the condition of our society and how we are moving about, but not being fully aware of how we're taking care of ourselves. So I guess my passion started internally, being exposed to just family, seeing what's out in the world. And I just, God just instilled it in me that, hey, I'm calling you to serve my daughters back to health. So that's kind of where my passion came from.
Your daughter's back to health. Listen, and I can remember, and we were talking about it right before the show. When you were launching Zoom with a few of your buddies,
Yes.
just trying to introduce them to, because they need
Yes.
you want to introduce it to them, and And you hadn't stopped since. And you just been moving and making a difference in people's lives. And that's what I like. I've been watching you. I see you. And I know that people are being blessed. You know, and I know it's not always easy.
No, it's not.
I always tell folks, it's not easy
It's not.
to change how I'm eating. But Lord, I'm willing if it changes how I'm feeling.
Amen.
And so, but we got to get people to, you know, I like to say we have been taught wrong, Sharon, for so long. So that makes our job harder.
Right.
Because, you know, when you get those old habits,
That's it.
we like to hold on to them. Now, some of the things that come with those old habits, Sharon, is what you mentioned. Type 2 diabetes,
Yes.
high blood pressure, high cholesterol.
Yes.
And we like to walk around with them like it's a badge of honor.
Right.
Yeah, mama had it, daddy had it. I knew I was going to get it. I got it now.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and what we're trying to do is to prevent them from getting some of these things.
Right.
So how can we do better to get our peoples, in your opinion, to see that they don't have to have this? I know you're coaching them, you're doing all this,
Right.
but they're not running, trying to knock it out.
They're not. They're running away from me, not to me. Definitely, that is definitely true.
So how do you think we can collaborate and get people to see more of what they need to do rather than to do more of what their parents, grandparents have shown them, which is not always the best thing for them?
Right. I think we have to kind of like what you're doing. We have to represent what we're preaching. You know, one thing about it is if someone sees me, I'm not saying that they have to do it like me, but I want to be a good representation of what I'm trying to encourage others to do when it comes to eating healthy, moving the body, changing the mindset, you know, breaking down those bad habits. So for me, it starts internally and then it comes out, because in order for me to be passionate about it, in order for me to get someone else to be passionate about it, I want them to see me like, if she can do it, I can do it. And so I think that's one thing I would say. Secondly is when it comes to those habits, just like, you know, we have to start in the mind, because the body is conditioned to stay comfortable. Yeah. The body wants to maintain homeostasis. And when we start changing things, the body gets a little like, wait a minute, what's going on? Something is wrong. We're off balance. So I think mindset is key when it comes to changing, you know, habits, behaviors. In order to see results, you got to start with the mind. And then from there, you go into the nutrition and how food is truly medicine, how it can heal your body. And I know that may be challenging for some because in certain areas, people don't have access to fruits and vegetables and healthy foods. And then there are people who say, well, it's expensive to eat those healthy things or organic. And you know, they overthink it, I guess, to say. But it doesn't have to be that complicated. It's not that hard. It's very simple. And you've done a great a good job of demonstrating that through your, you know, your podcasts and your shows and your cooking shows. But I think that is mindset, you know, helping people understand how the food fuels your body. And then, of course, movement. Yeah. And so I'm trying to be very active myself. It's not easy getting up in the morning to go work out, but it's necessary.
All right. I like that. It's not easy, but it's necessary.
It's not easy, but it's necessary.
Yeah. And it's necessary because if we move today, we'll be able to be mobile tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. And I always like to tell people the body keeps score. The body keeps score. Yeah. The body is like, I remember how you treated me when you were younger. Yeah. So when you get older, it's going to be a different situation.
You're going to get you back.
I'm going to get you back, exactly. The body
you did me this way.
You did me this way, so I'm going to treat you.
Now you want to walk.
Now you want to walk. Now you want to move.
No, it ain't happening.
Enjoy life.
Like, right. No, going to put me through all that abuse.
Exactly.
I'm going to use that.
It's true. The
That's
body
so
does
true.
Keep score. It does. So
That is so good. So, how was your life growing up? What did you learn that you had to unlearn in a sense? Because that's where a lot of people are today. A lot of times we don't want nothing new, girl.
That's it. I think growing up, and that's a really good question. I thought about this the other day. When I grew up in Louisiana. I was born in Louisiana, raised in Texas, but I remember going to Louisiana in the summer.
Okay.
And my grandmother, I will say, my grandmother did feed us a lot of healthy food. She had her own garden. She cooked pretty much everything. Fast food in I guess the 70s in the South was really not something that we did too often.
Yeah.
So now, was the food cooked with healthy ingredients? Probably not. But we were eating homemade food. And
Right.
I was conditioned at that age as a young child, eat everything on your plate.
Mm.
Eat everything on your plate. So I never had that food to mind connection. I
Okay.
never had a food to my, like, I never was like, how is this food serving my body?
Yeah.
And only until grew up, got older, got more wiser, did I start to think about how is this food serving my body. So those are some of the things I kind of had to unlearn. Like, you don't have to eat everything on your plate. That's gluttony. So you don't have to eat.
Because people are starving in Africa,
Yeah.
you better eat
You
everything.
better eat everything on your plate, because I tell people your body actually gives you signals when it's hungry and when it's full.
Right.
And sometimes we don't pay attention to those signals.
Mm.
So we have two amazing hormones that tell us when we're hungry and when we're full. And if we start listening to the body say, okay, I'm full, then, we'll be more in tune with, how we're eating and how we should be eating.
But we just ignore it, huh?
We just ignore it.
And just keep on.
We just keep on.
Yeah. And normally when we're doing those things, it's food that the body doesn't benefit from.
Right.
Like your all the chip lovers out there, just let me just say it. But like your chips and those hot, all the different types of chips and stuff like that. We're not talking about you,
We're not
but
coming for the
it's
snacks.
just that they have all these ingredients to make them look good and last long.
Yes.
And our body doesn't digest that stuff
Right.
because of the chemicals to make them look good and last longer on the shelf.
Exactly.
And it's a foreign object to the body in a sense.
Exactly. And that's a good segue into what I was going to share. I think when people truly start to read the labels and see what the food, what's actually in the box that's on the shelf, they will start to be a little bit more cognizant of, like, do I really want to I can't even pronounce the word. Do I really want to put that in my body? For example, I had a family member that told me she had got some strawberry Greek yogurt.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, Greek yogurt is good. Does it really have strawberries in it? She was like, yes, it has strawberries in it. So I say, turn it around, look at the package, look at the back, and show me where the strawberries. It wasn't strawberries. It was like a strawberry flavored chemical that was added. So I think it's important for us to start reading those labels. And labels need to be simple ingredients.
Yeah.
If it has a list this long, I would say you should not be eating that food.
No, it's too much in
It's
there.
too much food.
Come on. It took too much to make this one product.
Yes, it's a science
Don't
project
take all
at
that.
that point. It's a science project. It's no longer food. So that was a good point. Yeah, we got to be more mindful of what is in that box, what we're eating, which is, like what you're trying to encourage, that we eat more whole food. So
Yeah, I was sharing with some people yesterday. Shout out to the folks at Woods Center. Sharon, you're very popular. Let me see if this call for you. Good morning. Welcome to My Help My Mississippi.
Praise the Lord. I'm enjoying the program and really the content that you're talking about. Can you all tell us about, since you said read the labels and everything, I'm finding out not only the chips, but aspartame, a different name for aspartame, all the sugars. I'm a cancer survivor for 32 years, and I had to learn that it can sneak in on aspartame aspartame, different type of fructose, different things like that. So I'm going to hang up and want to know if you all could share your expertise on how we can have it in the gums and candy and different types of yogurt, like you just said.
And congratulations on being a cancer
Yes.
survivor.
Yes, that's
Hang in
awesome.
there. That's awesome.
Praise the Lord. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for what you do. Amen.
Thank you. That's a really good question
It is.
because, Sharon, they sneak it in there,
Mhm.
right? And you think you're eating something, and man, you don't even know what you're eating.
Right,
You gotta
right.
walk around trying to let me figure this out. And so, but the idea, just like the caller, you want to address what the caller asked?
Sure. I think that was a very good question. The one thing I would like to say is, well, let me start off. Deception is real
For
when it comes
real.
to food. And when you see things on labels like sugar-free, fat-free, low sugar, low carbs, remember, those are just marketing strategies to get you to buy the product. It's not sugar-free. It may not be a certain type of sugar, but trust and believe it's sugar in there. And one thing I would say is start reading the labels. If you see a word that ends in OS, like something like OS,
Mhm.
that's a form of alcohol sugar.
Okay.
So then I would challenge your guests to do a little project today. Go find one item in your kitchen or one item that you enjoy. If it's in a box, read the label and research every item in that on that label
Mhm.
under the ingredients and just see what it is. And you will be so surprised. So I'm not going to, endorse things like aspartame and all the other artificial sugars because they actually do more harm than good. So I encourage you to do your research when it comes to certain alcohol sugars and really see how they, benefit your body. But I think once you start to, acquire knowledge and really get familiar with what
Mhm.
you're eating, you'll be really surprised, and you won't crave it. And so I know somebody is saying, well, if I can't have aspartame, let me just say aspartame is usually found in things like Splenda, Equal, things of those nature. So if they say, well, if I can't have sugar like that, what can I have? I really would suggest trying something natural. If you just have to have sugar, it's
Yeah.
like honey
Yeah.
or an agave nectar.
Yeah. I mean, let's stick to the unrefined,
Unrefined.
like 100% maple syrup.
Yes, that's good.
Do the honey, agave,
Mhm.
molasses,
Molasses.
doing things that has one ingredient
One ingredient.
that you can pronounce.
Right, right.
Now I'm good with that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
It says if it's supposed to be molasses and then it has 6 ingredients on the back, that's not molasses.
That's not molasses.
Even if they say pancake molasses, pancake maple syrup, that's not good, guys.
Right.
We got to stick to those one ingredients
ingredients.
when it comes to our sweet.
Exactly.
And you can always get that cure those sweet cravings from fruits and things like that as
Right.
well. But they got us when it comes to that sweet, and they
Right.
sneak stuff in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Sharon. Deception is
It's
as you
real.
said, is for real.
Right. But I think that goes back to what we were talking about, mindset. You really have to ask yourself, do I really need it sweet?
Yeah.
Does the coffee or tea have to be sweet?
Yeah. Good morning and welcome to My Help My Mississippi.
Good morning to both of y'all. Great, like the previous caller said, great conversation. And also, I am a breast cancer survivor as well,
Yay.
which I am more in tune of my health, now. And you did, because the first thing that came in my mind what's the substitute for that sugar or sugar replacement?
Right.
It came to my mind, honey. But when I go to the store, there's so many different brands of honey. So I'm calling to ask, you don't have to give me a brand name, but in the honey, what do I need to be looking for? I know you said just one ingredient, but they got like so many out there.
Yes, yes.
So is it raw honey or
Yes.
honey with a clove inside of it in the jar? Like, because my mom used to
Yes.
buy honey too from this Mississippi store. And
Right.
I'm gonna hang up so I can listen. And I do thank y'all so much.
And thank you and congratulations on being a cancer survivor.
Yes. That's awesome.
Amen. That
Thank
is good.
you. God bless y'all.
God bless you. You know, and I say that, and thank you guys for fighting for your health. That's why we
Yes.
call ourselves the fighters. Future in great health today, every day responsible self. My sister didn't survive breast cancer, so it's always encouraging for me to listen to people who
Me too. I think
fought a good fight
that
and
is
did
a
not
huge
accept defeat.
accomplishment. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
that's good. Okay, so we open up this can of worms and we got
Yes, we gotta go in, but that's okay. These
I
are
love
some
it.
really
Yes.
great questions. So I would encourage listeners to ask themselves, like I said earlier, why does it have to be sweet? Does it have to be sweet?
Mhm.
Do I really need it to be sweet? Because the sweetness goes a lot deeper than I think people realize. Sugar is what causes a lot of us to have chronic diseases. It doesn't do well with the cells. And I won't get too scientific on you, but to answer the question, if you have to have it, like you said, look for honey that has a simple ingredient. It just needs to say honey,
Mhm.
raw honey. That's it. It doesn't have to say anything else but honey. And I know a lot of people may say, well, because honey can be expensive in its raw form.
Mhm.
And that's okay. It goes a long way. So I'd rather pay more money for something that is going to treat my body good than to go get some cheaper version that has a lot of extra chemicals in it to make it taste like honey.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's artificial flavors and things like that. So look for things with one ingredient, raw honey. Brands don't really matter. It's all the same, but just look for something with one simple ingredient.
Yeah, and if you can, wherever you are localized, you can buy if they have honey in that was made in your area.
Mhm.
That's always good as well from maybe your farmer's market or
Yes,
places
those
like
are good
that,
options.
because it's coming from the area in which you live. We have to research on that,
Right.
and you can see how it's supposed to benefit you even more. But again, people are so addicted to having things sweet.
Sweet.
Okay, so let me just and you're gonna have your sweet, and I'm good with that. Okay, but again, if we wanted to list some things, okay, and if you're gonna use honey, fine. If you're gonna use maple syrup, fine. Agave, fine. Dates, fine.
Dates, yep.
But these are the kinds of things that at least your body's gonna get some additional benefit from.
Right.
Okay. But when you use the white sugar that's been stripped of all of its nutritional value,
Yes.
you know, I look at it like this: you're disrespecting my body when you do.
Yeah.
Who told you to remove the minerals? I need them. The trash can don't.
Right.
And now you offended me.
Right.
I take it. I do, and I may be strange this way.
No,
But I take it. It's like you don't even respect me.
That's it.
My body needs minerals, nutrients, and vitamins, and you gonna take them away,
And throw them away.
just so it can be sweet to me.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, I don't even want to go down that road, Mark. I'm still
He getting-
sweating.
he getting worked out.
So, and again, back to the labels. And thank you so much, callers, because I do want you all looking at those labels,
Yes, those
simply
labels.
because that's another way people disrespect your body. When we don't respect our body, we can't expect them to respect our bodies, right?
Exactly.
If we're not going to read what they're putting on the labels, right, then they don't care.
Right.
But when we start respecting ourselves and say, you know what, let me see what I'm putting in my body. And I was telling them at the Wood Centers yesterday, yeah, I don't care what kills you, at least know what's killing you.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Let me read and see what's killing me.
That's
You know,
it.
rather than putting stuff in the body and you don't even know what it is,
Right.
what it's causing.
Right.
You know, it could be affecting some of the medication that you take. You can be doing so many different things.
I use that scenario. I hosted a event not too long ago, and I use the analogy for women like makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are about our makeup. We
Yes.
don't just go get any kind of makeup You know, a lot of us choose a high-end brand,
Mhm.
but we know not to get, you know, certain types. So we kind of have to have that same mindset when it comes to our food. You know, we have to be like, oh, I'll never put that in
Yes.
my body. Just like with your
Wow.
skincare, your makeup, I'll never put Vaseline on my face and walk. You know, you got to have that same mindset when it comes to your food. You got to have some boundaries. And even
Mhm.
though it looks good, it's packaged up well, it's decorated well, it tastes so good. That's deception. That's deception. You have to be asking yourself, how is this serving me? How is this healing my body? Because the food you put in your mouth, it's doing something to your body. It's doing something. We may not have that mind to body connection, but that food is serving you in either it's providing nutrients to your cells, giving you the energy that you need to move about your day, or it's going to have you so fatigued and tired to where you just feel exhausted and your stomach doesn't feel good. All those, you know, different scenarios that can happen. But trust and believe the food that you are putting in your body, it is like we just said, it's either healing your body or it's killing your body.
It's not just neutralizing. It's not letting the body stay the same.
Right, right.
It's healing it or killing it.
Killing it.
One
or
of
killing it. Right.
because our cells are looking for things.
Yes,
And every time we open our mouth, they get excited.
yes.
And then we disappoint them
Right.
with some of the stuff that we put in.
Yes.
And because they know that you hold the power to them living or dying.
That's it.
And you often, destroy them. And I love what you said earlier about the body keeping scores.
Yes,
You
the
know,
body keeps score.
yeah. So you make that body mad if you want, right?
Yes.
Thinking it's not gonna remember. I love that, Sharon. But Sharon, there's some things that happen to our community more so than in other community, and like diseases, and we have normalized them.
Mhm.
Like, oh, okay, yeah, I take this. I can't get used to that. I mean, it's like, my wife and I, we have a shirt, and she accused me the other night of, she said, "Where's my medication shirt?" Like, I have the darn shirt, So we have a shirt that says medication is not my destination,
Amen.
right?
I love that.
And I don't want to get used to something that I don't have to have.
That's it.
Now, I was sharing with them yesterday, I eat my medicine
That's it.
rather than take my medicine.
Right.
Because when I eat medicine, I get a lot of good side effects.
Yes.
Get energy,
Yes.
feel good, ready to go, right? Am I right?
You're right. I can definitely relate. And I think that is something that you are right. We have started to normalize things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, what we like to call sugar. We have, when it comes to type 2 diabetes, we some of us walk around like it's a badge of honor. Like, I got the sugar, but that is not something that you should be proud of. And the thing about it is those chronic diseases can really be prevented just based on how you eat. And I know that may sound hard for some people because they feel like, oh, this has happened to my mom, this has happened to my dad. And, they try to justify it by, we've always done this, we've always done that. Oh, it's generational. Let me just say this. You didn't pick up generational chronic diseases. You picked up generational bad habits.
Mm.
So that's what the generational part is.
Say that again.
You didn't pick up generational chronic diseases like my mom had diabetes, my dad. What you picked up is generational bad habits. And we just have to be honest with ourselves. I know that may sting a little bit.
Let it
may
sting.
get a little bothered.
Let it
like,
sting.
I know she didn't say that, but no, that is true. And back to your original question, the Bible clearly says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Yeah.
So if we don't educate ourselves, if we don't make our health a priority, your health, your well-being is your responsibility. Your doctor is only going to prescribe you medicine to treat the symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we have all the medication, because they're just treating the symptoms. They're not going to cure the diabetes.
Right.
They're not going to cure the lupus or the high blood pressure. That happens. Those changes occur when you start to make lifestyle changes with your eating, with your movement, with your mindset. So back to what you were saying, I'm not claiming diabetes.
Right.
I'm not claiming high blood pressure. And those are things that are in my family, but I'm not claiming that.
Right.
Because I'm going to make better decisions through my lifestyle, like how I feed my body, how I move my body, my mindset, to ensure that I don't get those chronic diseases.
Feed your body, feed your mind. You need to do it all the time.
That's it. That's another Charlesism.
Yes. But listen, that is right on point, which leads me into my next question. How do you help people who feel overwhelmed and unsure about where to start because they have picked up on, like you said, those bad habits,
Right.
not chronic diseases,
Right.
okay, but these bad habits. But it can be overwhelming
It is.
sometimes.
It
So
is very.
what would you say to?
So yes, I know when it comes to, managing your weight, eating healthy, moving your body, it comes at people all at once. And if that's not something that you're accustomed to, it can feel overwhelming to the point where you may start and then eventually you'll stop. But I think the thing that I try to do through my coaching is I like to start small.
Mhm.
And for me, we're always going to start with those habits first. Before I help you come up with a meal plan or tell you what, protein and carbs and healthy fats to eat, I want to see where your mindset is.
Right.
Because we all like a good challenge. We
Mhm.
all like a 30-day challenge, and we
Yes.
love a challenge. But the key to the challenge is staying consistent, going past the challenge, making it a lifestyle, not just to lose weight or to be able to get back into your favorite pair of jeans. It has to become a lifestyle. And so we start small with the behaviors. We
Mhm.
start attacking those little behaviors. Like I had a friend who loves to eat, who loves to snack in the evening. So I started to, let's dissect that a little bit.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts when you want to snack? Like, how are you feeling? Are you bored? Are you stressed about something? Like, let's hone in on what's causing you to snack. Let's get to the root cause of that. I'm not going to attack the snacks. The
Mhm.
chips is not the problem. What's causing you to go
Right.
to the chips?
Mhm.
I'm not going to beat up on the chips just yet.
Yes.
So once you understand, like, okay, yeah, at night usually I'm bored or I have a lot going on. Things are running through my head, and the food just helps kind of calm me down. Okay, we're gonna have to get to what's causing that stress, what's causing that boredom or whatever that's making you snack. So to your question, answer your question. I like to start small and then work my way up. The food part is easy.
Yeah.
The movement part is easy. Once you start attacking those behaviors,
Mhm.
because that's at the core who you are.
Mhm.
I've always done it this way. I hear people say that
Yeah.
I always done it this way. And then my favorite is I don't eat that much or I don't eat a lot. Those are not good things. Those are bad behaviors and bad habits that you have to start to ask yourself, why do I not eat a lot?
Yeah.
Why do I not, do this? So once we get to those, start attacking those habits or really pulling the layers back on those habits, you'll start to see some lasting changes and some consistency.
And that's the key, lasting changes in consistency.
That's what we want.
That's just really what we want.
That's what we want.
Guys, if you're just joining us, we're here on WMPR 90.1. We're talking to Sharon Ross Scott, the coaching us up today, y'all. She is also the owner of Above All Else Wellness.
Yes.
And tell us again, why should people choose? I mean, I already know. Why should people choose Above All Else Wellness?
Right. So Above All Else Wellness, I found that, I guess I got that name from the Bible in Proverbs 4:23.
Mhm.
It says, above all else, guard the heart from which all things flow.
Hey.
And so it made me think about the body.
Mhm.
All things flow through the body. How successful you are, your lifestyle, how just something simple as being able to, interact with your grandkids or spend time with your spouse, all that flows through the body first.
Yes.
Because if you don't have a healthy body, you won't be able to do anything like that. So above all else, wellness is like above all else, we need to make sure that we're healthy from the inside out in order to have a fulfilling life. So why above all else wellness? Because like I said, I'm more passionate about working from the inside out.
Yeah.
It's not about losing 5 pounds. Yes, I will be honest. I can help you lose 5 pounds. I can create you a meal plan. I can take you to the gym and give you an amazing workout. But if you're not changing your mindset, if you're not working from the inside out,
Yeah.
it's not going to last. You're going to leave the gym and go get you,
Yes.
go get your, favorite snack or whatever, and you're going to be back to, square one. So when we start to work from the inside out, that's where the change happens. So that I believe working with me and, working through above all else wellness gives you the tools, practical tools, things that you can use, not anything that's going to overwhelm you. Like do this and get up and do that. It's nothing like that. It's just basic practical tools that will help you get through, some of those challenges that you may have. And I know some people were like, maybe thinking, well, what have you been through? What have you done? Well, if you don't know, I'm an old lady as well. I've had my challenges through life. I went through, I hit, menopause hit me really hard. And I was having all kinds of symptoms. And the ladies can relate, the hot flashes, the weight gain. I was just struggling. And I went to the doctor like most of us do, looking for help. I wanted my body back.
Looking for an answer.
I wanted to get back to who I used to be. But I had to learn that this old girl was changing. These hormones were shifting. So I did get on a series of meds and hormone replacement therapy. And like we were talking about earlier, the medication wasn't healing me. It was actually hurting me more, bringing on more symptoms. And so I just started doing my research and started changing my diet, moving my body, changing my mindset. And I truly was able to overcome a lot of the symptoms that come with menopause and perimenopause because I started to change my mindset, my habits, my lifestyle. So if you think you're going to just ease into, menopause without making changes, I'm sorry to say that's not going to happen. You got to make some changes. So that's a little bit about, kind of how I got here, but I hope I answered your question.
Yes, you did. And so the point is, food matters.
Food matters.
Wherever you are, whatever you're going through, wherever you're going to be, food matters.
Yes, it does.
And we have to look at it like, oh, this is what I need in order to be the best version of me.
Yes.
And so one of the things that I do, I tell people, my mission is to empower people to view food as medicine.
Yes.
Listen, if you start looking at food as medicine, then boy, that's a different mindset right there. Oh my goodness. Listen, if I have something that's not the way it's supposed to, the first thing I think about, what did I eat? What did I do?
Yes.
What do I need?
Yes.
This is where we go to that next level. Am I right?
Yes.
Y'all, we got the coach in the house today. Good morning.
Yes, how you doing, sir?
Doing great. How are you? Welcome to My Help My Mississippi.
Yes.
Yeah, the lady that's on there, she just said something very enlightening about menopause and perimenopause to the point where a lot of women don't even know what that is as far as like what they're experiencing.
Yes, that is so true.
In this community, us men, we have to deal with that, and it's a lot, and I think it's a lot that she left out.
I did.
Know what I mean?
That's so true.
Yeah.
He's right.
And also I want to know how does menopause affect like your job, like when you're at work and your work performance? Does it have an effect on that?
Yeah, we'll answer that for you. And thanks, caller. I'll make sure she answers that.
Another question I got: Are you guys on like on Facebook or somewhere I can go back and watch it?
Yes, we are. If you would go to You can go on YouTube, Charles and the Fighters, and watch it there. Or you can go to my YouTube page, not YouTube page, Facebook page, just Charles Smith, and you can watch it there. But
Charles who?
Smith. But if
Okay, then you said
the YouTube page, Charles and the Fighters,
Okay.
Fighter. Charles, that's the best way to get it right there, because it's gonna always be there. Okay, Charles and the Fighters. Thank you, buddy. All right. Shout out to the brothers in the house.
Yes, I love that.
Having to deal with
He's
this.
concerned. But that was a good question. I will say, he said, how can perimenopause and menopause affect your job performance? I'll just say, when the body is not feeling good, and when with women, when we're going through that transitioning into that menopause phase, the body is not happy. Like I told you, the body keeps score.
Yes.
The body is like, okay, remember when you were younger and you were, doing all those things, living your best life? This is the result of that. So you start to have a lot more. And if you're not feeling your best, especially if your mind is not feeling good, you're not going to be able to stay focused.
Yeah.
You're going to have mental fog. You're going to forget things. And he probably didn't wanted to say it, but did say it. You're going to be a lot irritable. You're not going to be very nice to be around.
He said it.
Oh, he did? Okay.
when he called, he said,
yeah, you're not going to be a nice person to be around. And he's right. A lot of women are just not educated on what that phase looks like when we transition. We're prepared when we're going into puberty and getting ready to start our menstrual cycles and things like that. But when we're transitioning into that final stage, we don't have the information. Now, it's a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
But one thing you have to understand when it comes to health, it's not a one size fits all.
Right.
So what works for you may not work for me. You may say, these are the things that I do. I'll go do them and I'll be like, I'm not seeing the results. It's because it's not a one size fits all.
Man, y'all heard it from Coach Sharon Ross Scott, dietitian. And tell people, we're going to do this at the end of the show too, but tell people how they can get in touch with you, how they can reach you.
So you can reach me through my Instagram page. It's Above All Else Wellness. I think I have a few underscores in there, but it's Above All Else Wellness. On Facebook, I still have my just my regular page, which usually when I share on Instagram, it goes to my Facebook page, Sharon Ross. So the best way is to get in touch with me is through Instagram.
Okay. And how about the website?
And my website is Above All Else Wellness also.
Everything is above
all else. You got, I'm telling you, above all else.
Yeah, well, we're going to be coming back in just a second, guys. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with some more of Coach Sharon Ross Scott to tell us how we can better our lives. That's what we're here for. Marcus, because we're the fighters.
Future in great health today, every day responsible self. We're the fighters we're fighting for our health. The future in great health today, every day responsible self. We're the fighters we're fighting for our health. The future in great health today. Every day, responsible self.
Well, thank you. And we are the fighters because we're fighting for our health. You know why we're fighting for our health, Coach? Because our health is worth fighting for.
Yes,
Am I right about it?
Yes.
All right. Again, we have the Coach Sharon Ross Scott, the dietitian with us, the founder of Above All Else Wellness, Nutrition, Movement, and Mindset Coaching. Wow. Get in touch with her, please. This portion of the show, guys, we're going to call it, as we always do, Who am I?
Who am I?
We were talking earlier about what can we do to just start.
Yes.
And this is always just a good start.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about who am I? But before we talk about who am I, let me tell you where I'm going to be. I got to do a better job. I saw somebody at the Wood Center, and they was telling me that they like to follow me around, and I am going to do a better job at letting you know. Well, this coming Saturday, I think I will be at Capitol Street Church of Christ, Spiritual, Mental, and Physical Health Day,
Awesome.
renewing your mind. Hello.
I need
Girl.
there.
So that's gonna start at 8:30, and yours truly will be doing a demonstration there, and I'll be one of the speakers there. And Center Well Senior Primary Care, I'll be doing 2 demonstrations there later in the month. You'll hear more about it. It's like Tuesday the 19th. I'll be at one location, and then Tuesday the May 26th, I'll be at another location for them. Okay, but listen, here's what we're doing here. We're trying to go out in the trenches because that's where you are,
Yes.
and that's where you need to hear us, right?
Mhm.
So we are proud of WMPR 90.1 for this platform, for allowing us to reach people where they are.
Yes,
So thank
definitely
you for
needed.
calling in, letting us know. Well, who am I? Here's who I am. I'm going to tell you, in this particular one, I'm a fruit, okay, guys? I am a fruit. I am high in fiber. I support healthy digestion, and this fruit really does that. I support your heart health by helping lower cholesterol. Man, we don't need no cholesterol. Wow. And I'm rich in antioxidant that protects your cell.
Yes.
Stop killing the cells. Start helping the cell. Okay. I help regulate blood sugar. You know, we used to call it that. Got a little sugar. Yeah, but we don't have to have that. I boost your immune system with vitamin C. And we do need the vitamin C in our system. That's one of the vitamins that, as you know, is not stored in the vitamins.
Right.
So how often do we need it? Every day, because it's not stored, okay? I support gut health through natural prebiotics. Listen, I protect, I help with weight management. Hey, we need that. I support healthy skin. Look at the coat skin over here, y'all. I reduce inflammation throughout the body. I'm telling you,
That
Cheryl,
information is.
it's a killer. We need to have a whole show on just information.
Yes, I would definitely love to talk about that.
Because that people don't even understand sometimes that far mind is all information everywhere. We got to do that. Okay. So here's a couple of clues. So guess who I am? Okay. Oh, somebody said apple in the chat. Somebody else said, okay, that's a good guess. I am sweet, juicy, and shaped wider at the bottom.
Okay.
That's a good clue. I come in green, yellow, red, and brown varieties. My skin is often slightly, just gonna give it away, grainy. Okay. I grow on trees. I'm often paired with cinnamon in dessert. Oh, trying to see who got it. I'm packed with fiber. Wow. You know what I always say about fiber? Fiber is to the body what Drano is to us. Stop
Come
upset.
on. It's good.
I am delicious, fresh, baked, or sliced in salads. All right. I'm trying to see if
Somebody got it with that wide
so
at the bottom.
wide at the bottom. Okay, but here's a good one. I support heart and digestion health. I'm softer when ripened. What you got over there, Marcus? My name rhymes with hair. That's it, brother. It's hair. My name rhymes with hair. Listen, guys, if you could just pick up a pear, it's pear season apparently because they are so good.
Awesome. Okay.
So, and it can benefit you with the fiber that's in it. We got to start getting more fiber into our system, okay?
Yes.
National average with the standard American diet, I'm not making this up, but the initials stand for what? SAD. Standard American diet. So the SAD diet, we get about 5 to 10% grains of fiber every day, and we should be getting 30 to 40 grams per day. So we're way off on that. All right. Wow. Our time has moved so fast. Thank you guys for participating in Who Am I? You did a great job. So we're finishing up our show, but here's what I want to know. You be an example for you're being an example for others.
Mhm.
I always feel that it's better to pull rather than push, because when you try and tell people what they do, they seem to go
Yes,
further away from
yes,
you.
Yes,
They
yes.
see you coming.
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
no!
here she go again. My family treats me like that. Oh, here she come with her nutrition stuff. That's what they say. I'm
That's
like, I'm
funny.
not saying anything.
That's
Enjoy
funny.
your meal. Enjoy your meal.
Just your presence, though.
I know, right?
Girl. So how you again, guys, she's just want to be the best version of herself, and she want everybody to be the best version of themselves. And the reason is, for me anyways, my family went through a lot.
Right.
And it's hard for me to digest even to today that my mom is not here and wasn't around to see her grands and the great grands. Okay. So how has family helped to motivate you to be the Sharon that we know today?
Like I said, I have my Aunt Bev. Hey, Aunt Bev. She has dealt with lupus for over 30 plus years. And so I think I'm going to give her credit. She's the one that kind of I've used as my guinea pig earlier on when I was talking about, you should try this, you should try this, do this, move your body, do. So she was kind of like my little guinea pig. But it does grieve my heart when I see family members and friends struggling with, things that can be simply prevented based on how you eat, how you think, and how you move your body. And I know people may think that's not true. Like we said earlier, my mom had this, my dad had this, but it is that simple. If you make small changes in just how you eat, think, and move, you will you'll see some tremendous results. Not only that, you'll have lasting results that will carry you into your older age, because we all want to have a good quality life.
Yeah.
That's something we can all agree on. And if that's what you desire, then I say, what are you going to do to ensure that you set yourself up for success? We go to college and get educated. We go to school. We do all the stuff to ensure that we're going to have a successful job, successful career. We have all the degrees behind our names because we want to ensure that we have that success. You have to apply that same mindset and that same, wisdom when it comes to your health. I'm going to make sure I eat right. I'm going to take care of this body. This is the only one I get. The Bible tells you that this body is a temple.
Right.
It's a temple. And that comes with some huge responsibilities.
Yes.
You can't just treat it any kind of way.
Come on, man.
Because if you treat it any kind of way, like I said, it's going to keep score.
It's going to
Because
get
if
you
somebody
back.
treats you bad years and years, and then they come back to you, we need to forgive now. I'm not
We
saying
gonna remember.
Yeah, we're going to remember. We're going to forgive. We may not forget, but you got to think about what have I truly been doing to take care of my body? Have I been eating right? What kind of addictions have I had? How have I been dealing with my stress?
Yeah.
Ladies, we got to deal with that stress.
Yeah.
Am I going to sleep? Am I, drinking water? It's really simple. It's not complicated.
I always say good health is not going to come to you. You got to go get it.
You got to go get it. Yeah.
And it's okay to have a plan. Good health. You have a plan for your education, like you said, you have a plan for a job. You go work somebody else's plan.
Yes.
It's okay to have a plan for your health
Right.
Like if you were to look in my refrigerator now, you're gonna see some beets, you're
Mhm.
gonna see some okra. I mean, this is daily.
Right,
You're
right.
gonna see some green. That's a plan.
Right.
That's Charles Smith plan.
Right.
I know what these benefits will do. I'm gonna have some ginger. I'm gonna have some garlic. I'm gonna have these every day. You take your medicine, I eat mine. Is that
Nice.
okay?
Yeah.
So, but before we go, one last thing. What legacy do you hope to leave through your work that you're doing now?
Awesome question. I think the legacy that I hope to leave is that you can achieve good health. You can achieve it. It's not something that it's not going to be found in a bottle.
Mhm.
It's not going to be found at your doctor's office. No, no jabs to the doctors.
Mhm.
But the legacy I want to leave is that you can achieve good health. Yes, it's going to take some work on your part, but it's not hard work. And the things you were rambling off that you were saying you enjoy, I just felt like somebody on the other side was like, I don't like none of that stuff. I'm not eating ginger beets. I'm not doing. And you're right. It does. His plan, Mr. Charles' plan works for him. You can find a plan that works for you. And it's easy to do. I know some people may hear that word easy and be like, it's not easy. I've been struggling with my weight and all of this all my life. It is easy. You just got to start to change your mindset. So the legacy I would like to leave is that you can achieve good health. You're going to have to do the work. And it's a lot of people out here like myself, Mr. Charles, who will support you through that journey. Because sometimes you need a partner, accountability partner, somebody to help you get started. But once you get started and you tell yourself, I'm going to stay committed, I deserve this. This is for me. This is for my family. This is for my kids. I deserve to be healthy for them. Because the one thing I tell my kids all the time is I'm taking care of myself because I do not want to be a burden on them.
Yeah, that's good, Coach. Listen, that's a good legacy there. You can achieve good health.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the
Thank
show,
you for
Coach. This has
inviting
been
me.
absolutely
I've
wonderful.
enjoyed it.
Well, give him the information that I can reach you at one more time.
Okay, so you can reach me through my Instagram page, Above All Else Wellness. You can also go out to my website and connect with me through my website. And if you have any other questions, my Instagram page or website is the best way to get in touch with me.
Thank you so much, Coach, for being with us. You've been listening to the Coach Sharon Ross Scott, and it has been amazing.
Awesome.
Okay, so thank you so much for being a part of the show. You can always reach me at myhelpmymississippi.com or send me an email at charles@thefighters. No, charles@myhelpmymississippi.com. Or you can always go to my YouTube page, Charles and the Fighters. Okay, there it is. Thank you so much. Marcus, can we have that theme music? Yeah, because we're the fighters, because we are fighting for our health. Take it up. You got to rock with me on this shit.
The future in great health. Today, every day, responsible.